Hey everyone, it's Gretchen here. So Empties for November candle wax soap empties. My theme for the month of November was almost that time, meaning basically, the Christmas rush is coming and time to get in gear. So I did get through a lot of, fall traditional autumnal scents for the month of November. And just kind of bear with me here because I'm going to try to go down my list as I burn things. And usually, of course, those go down to the end of the bucket. And as you can see, I can't believe, I amaze myself every month. How do I get through so much? I don't know. But I think I just get fed up with a lot of things. So I burn them, X amount of hours and I'm done with them. I'm trying to get this filmed before my sunshine goes away because that's how it is in, the late autumn, early winter time. So my first one was Kringle Melt in the apple cider donut. So it was actually a melt. And I know I got it in here. Apple cider donut. I almost made a Kringle order today and then I stopped myself. So there you go. The wax Kringle is white, and they do have now the country candle, which has colored wax. But I got probably 2 to 3 melts out of this. The notes are apple, spices, cinnamon, gourmand, maple, sweet, and mine was apple batter, like a batter note of the donut itself, and then sweet with a 6 out of 10 throw on it. So pretty decent. And then I did move over to the country candle daylights, and I did the salted caramel apple, and I thought I did 2 of those, and I tell you what I did. I'm trying to read what I wrote on it. Oh, 9 hours. Oh yeah. So these are supposed to give you 12 hours of burn time. Wow. I've been getting anywhere from 7 to 9 on these country candles, and that's kind of disappointing. I mean, when you're paying $3 for a little thing like this, and I cannot get it to focus. There we go. So hopefully you can see that 12 hours down there. But it was strong. This was country candle salted caramel apples. That's what they look like when they burned through. So I don't know. I'm kind of still out on the country candle by Kringle because it also sooted my jar. And I'll show you that at the end. But I did give those an 8 out of 10, with the notes being apple, caramel, sweet, maple, musk. That's theirs, and then mine was caramel apples, hint of smokiness. Pumpkin frosting melt. Of course, this is the one that I always say is a little off-putting when I first light it or first smell it on cold. And still, when I smell it right now, it's just a little still off-putting. But once you get it melted and warmed up, I guess that was kind of old, wasn't it? It just it just gets really creamy. So I reviewed this before, but my notes are fresh pumpkin, caramel, vanilla frosting, which I call more like a cream cheese frosting, although it doesn't say any cream cheese in the official notes, and a 7 out of 10. And then I went through some vintage chic scents, and I bet that's what I need right there, because I'm sloppy. Loretta's Haunted Plantation House. And this was in her leaf shape. The notes are pumpkin coconut cookie bars, and mine was pumpkin and coconut, and I gave it a 6 out of 10. And I can get a lot of melts out of this, 4 to 5. You could probably even break it down even further if you wanted to. And then I did a Kringle pumpkin frosting in the medium and large jars. So there is the small. Now I picked this up at Home Goods for $7.99. And there you go. Came with the plastic lid. See if I can get the lid back off. Anyways, you can see in there some sooting. There was a 1 wick. I don't know if I self-extinguished, or maybe the wick moved on me when it was melted. I gave it a 5 out of 10. And I got I put on here a hint of caramel and frosting is what I put for this. And then here's my large jar. It's still a work in progress. Again, I got this at Home Goods for $9.99. And I don't know, I use that wick dipper to put it out, and then sometimes I bend the wick, but this candle's taken forever. I've been melting it hours and hours and hours. I should have logged it, I guess, because I think I'd amaze myself if I'd realized how long I melted it. Again, some sooting, but this will go back up on the burner to be finished. And then, would I get these again? You know what, I probably would. If I saw them at Home Goods, yeah, you know what, I probably would. And then next up is, whoops, my Yankee Candle in the gingerbread maple. These are 2 wicks, both new and old label. You can see the sooting there. I burned this one first, this one second, and this one, the wicks moved on me pretty bad on its last burn. And I kind of tried to center them back in, and it didn't work. So I said, well, I'll just be done with it. But you can see a lot of soot. And I'm kind of getting this continuously now with the Yankee, and I don't know why. I got it with both of them. Let me show you the other one. There you go. That's what it looks like. You see the wick kind of unraveled on me too a little bit. I did give them a 5 out of 10 with notes of gingerbread, clove, maple, and cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, vanilla, maple. That was their official notes. And then mine was gingerbread spicy with a hint of maple. I do like their gingerbread maple though. I notice I'm trending towards going to maybe the melt cups or other melting systems because I'm getting so much soot, and I don't want to have to wash down my walls because of it, and that scares me because sometimes I'll look up and I'll see the soot going up the wall. Anyways, I'm chit-chatting. Let me get you 2 lasting scent candles. On the Pickle Fritz. Tried to get through a couple of hers. I have another order coming actually in, I should be in December. She says she's about 3/4 of the way through. So again, hers is meant to be put 1 scent shot in all together, and her wax is soft as a soy. So Pickle Fritz, a 7 out of 10 is the bakery mix, hint of sweet pumpkin, exclusive blend to lasting scent candles. And mine was a cake and a batter note and a baking note. It's very a bakery kind of scent. Oh, I thought that lid was off of that. It was like clear plastic. It bounced right off. Kringle mulling spices and the melt. I know, you're like, oh girl, get it together. Mulling spices and melt. Kringle. Their official notes are a cider, cinnamon, orange, clove, anise, tonka bean, and vanilla. And mine was apple and spices. And I gave it a 5 out of 10. I think some of these are starting to get older, and I probably should try to achieve completion on these. You can feel like the plastic getting, you know, you can indent it really easy with your finger. So that was Kringle mulling spices. But I would repurchase though. And then I went to Mimi's Tarts and the melt and frosted pumpkin type and pumpkin frosted type, and these were cute in the little pumpkin shape. My notes were pumpkin, spices, honey, maple, vanilla. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Oh, you know what? It's a Yankee Candle type. I'm sorry. Let me just clarify that. And I definitely got the spiciness note. And then on to the Country Candle Daylight. I wish I would have put the name of what I... My goodness, hold on. Let me figure this out. Okay, you know what? I'm not sure what that belongs to. So we'll skip over and come back. Whatever's left, we know what it belongs to. Waxalicious Spiced Eggnog. 4 out of 10. I really like eggnog scents. Mine was sweet, spicy, rum, eggnog, cinnamon. I did not have an official scent description to give you, but that's what it looked like. It did come in like a macaroon shape, and it was cute. I mean, beautiful packaging. But I don't know if I would actually repurchase or not from Waxalicious. But that's the end of my order from them I got last year. And then Mainstays Wax Cubes and Pumpkin Pie. I gave it a 7 out of 10. And my notes was like a non-sweet cinnamon. It was almost a tart smelling. So, I don't know. It's not like your traditional pumpkin pie, but more just like a pumpkin spice that was non-sweet. Those are the half clamshells. You can get at, what, 93 to 98 cents. Had no problem getting them out, though. Sometimes they're really soft. And then back to Vintage Chic Scents to Lizzie Borden's house. Again, in the leaf shape, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Her notes are caramel, cinnamon, marshmallow, latte. Mine was like a latte note with marshmallow and reminded me of pancakes when it was melting. And then I moved on to the Yankee Candle Spiced Pumpkin in the jars. We'll do the 1 wick first, the large. It was very, very weak. I only gave it a 2 out of 10, and that is a very low rating for spiced pumpkin because usually it's one of the things you can get a nice throw from. But I don't know. I tell you, there's the soot again. There's the burn. The throw was mediocre, and for a $28 candle, and I know I did not pay this $28 before I got half price, but still, for even half price, you wish for something better than that. Really just kind of disappointed. And then I burned this 14.5 ounce jar in the spiced pumpkin, and I was kind of experimenting with it at the end. As you can see, I was trying to melt it down and see if I could get a better throw with it, and I think I just gave up. But I don't know if the wick's even still in there. I don't know. Again, even like now, it smells good on cold, but it did not have that great spiced pumpkin Yankee is known for on warm, and that's what I was looking for. If I'm going to soak my walls, I want to smell it. And then moving on to, lost my notes. Okay, Vintage Chic Scents. Another one. This time it was in her flower blossoms or whatever, something like that. This was in a 4-pack I got in a sampler. Sugar cookie dough, grape pumpkin, and hers is sugar cookie dough, grape pumpkin, sugar cookie dough, pumpkin layer, sweet cream cheese. Whew. Mine was basically, the cake with the batter again and sweet and the cream cheese. And I do like this, the cream cheese. 8 out of 10, so very strong. And again, I think I broke it up with a knife, and then I proceeded to melt it here and there. I think that, I'm not sure where I was going with that. I have some add-ons, but I'll flip back to it. Lasting Scent Candles in Autumn Roulade. Again, her scent shot. I gave it an 8 out of 10. The notes are pears, apple, pastry crust. Mine was pancakes. And funny, how do you keep coming up with these pancakes? And then also the Country Candle Daylight and Pumpkin Harvest. I just saw it right here. And this is the one I got 7 hours on. I had a previous review on this. Basically, it's just pumpkin cinnamon. And it's like a tart smell. And there you can see what was left on the wax. And I did let these all burn on a weekend and did not, mess with them. And I just let them do its thing. Mimi's Tarts, Old Town Bake Shop. Mine, my smell I got from this, it was in a little jar, and I put it on my tea light warmer, chocolate chip cookies. Yes, chocolate chip cookies, exactly like it. So if you are a fan of that, and it was pretty strong, I gave it a 7 out of 10. And then I moved on to chocolate chip cookie, actually by Country Candle in the Daylight. And I gave that a 7 out of 10 as well. And, chocolate chip cookie. That's what it looks like. That self-extinguished as well. And then I moved on to oh, you know what? Let me backtrack there a minute. This actually too had a cocoa scent to it. So maybe just the chocolate chip, you know, maybe they use the same oils they use. Did anybody else get that? A cocoa note with their chocolate chip cookies on the country candle. Curious to know. So I highlighted that to say that. So, lasting scent candles in the Snickle Fritz. So yes, I had pickle and Snickle. 8 out of 10. Her notes are bakery, toffee, vanilla. Mine were vanilla, sweet, and bakery. And then Cozy Winter Nights. This was in a ghost shape because it came during the, you know, Halloween. There was a sample. And hot cocoa, marshmallow, peppermint, exactly what I got. And I gave it an 8 out of 10. It was very strong throwing. Of course, it seems like most peppermint cocoa scents can throw, you know. I've always had good luck with them. And then I also got through the Kringle Touch of Autumn Daylight. Now, this is from just their Kringle line. Again, self-extinguished. Just a nice cinnamon, clove, nutmeg smell. Not really earthiness at all. I did give this a 5 out of 10. It was a bit weak, but it is a bit old. So that may be the problem with it. And then I had some add-ons. Save Your Senses. Crushed Sugar Rush. This little thing gave me an 8 out of 10. Notes are red berry candies, rock candy, crystals, peppermint fluff. My notes was fruity with a hint of mint. It was almost like a cool smelling wax. Gave a cool sense to the air. So yes, very strong, very little. And then I kind of went through the melt cup phase with Yankee Candle. I did go through 2 of them. Now, this is where it gets a little crazy because I also melted this candle down. I have a video where I melt it down and I pour it into the scent cup. And I did it over and over again. I got a few melts out of this. And then I think the last time I just threw the whole kit and caboodle away. You know, here and there. The spiced pumpkin. When I made my own, I got a total of 18 hours. And, you know, the throw was, again, probably a 4 to 5 out of 10. But again, that's all I've really been getting out of this. Like this actually iced gingerbread milk cup. I only got 18 hours out of the 24 hours. It says up to 24 hours. I believe it says it on the, says it somewhere on the lid or something. Yeah, approximately 24 hours of fragrance. And I've been, you know, 18 out of 24. And it seems to be the consensus. But I do like this one. The notes are spicy gingerbread, cookies, glazed with vanilla icing. And mine, I just get a sweet gingerbread, but it is so good. This is from their Cookie Swap collection. So I would like to get more of this before it goes away with the holidays, which I don't know if it will or not, but I'm assuming. 7 out of 10. Sweeter, much more sweeter than gingerbread maple. I think gingerbread maple really, I think they put a peppermint note or a pepper note in it. And this was just much sweeter, so. But I would get milk cups too in gingerbread maple. So I went through, you know, messed back and forth with those. And then I have the usual, went through a set of my tea lights and candy corn, very light. So I guess these were the ones that I could not figure out what they were. Pumpkin cider donut. There you can see what it looks like. Melted. That one went all the way down. And there's the other one. They were both very weak. 3 out of 10. The notes are orange, bergamot, floral, spices, cinnamon, musk, patchouli, tobacco. And mine was a sweet cinnamon pumpkin. Yes, all that from pumpkin cider donut. So I don't know. The jury's kind of out on that. I'll have to, you know, I have a few more to burn. I don't know if I even put notes down for this, but I think it was in my burn and melt. Again, I like eggnog scents. I kind of wanted to go into December with some, you know, Christmas to be scents. Vanilla eggnog, Simmer Snaps by Colonial Candles. You know, I actually did put this in my centerpiece. I had to get it out with a knife. This is my last Colonial Candle Summer Snap I own. So I don't know if I will repurchase. I wish they're wax. I guess I could put it in the freezer or the refrigerator and harden it a little bit. But I mean, the knife method does work, and it is a nice vanilla eggnog scent. And I think you have to be a lover of eggnog to, or maybe not even a lover, just enjoy it, because it does have that sweet rum, note in it that eggnog scents tend to have. I got a couple melts out of that, actually, and I would say probably throwing that, I'd probably give it a 6 to 7 out of 10. Did finish up my fragrance sphere in the candy corn by Yankee. Know what I did? I just put a piece of saran wrap on there so it would not spill out. That's what the bottom looks like. So that is done and over with. I think, no, okay, that's just going to rip up when I open it. So, what can I say about it? I have a lot of, oh, it is leaking out. It smells like a vanilla note. So, you know what? I just got that all over my hands. So let me pause you and go wash my hands. So before I move on to my soaps, I really wanted to show you my jar. I got this a year ago, I think, from TJ Maxx. And I've never had any sooting issue with it. Now, I do wipe it out, but this is from those country candles. And as you can see, I've had some great sooting on the side there, and that is disappointing because that is a first time for me with, well, it's Country Candle, but they're owned by Kringle, so first time with Kringle I've had that issue. Hopefully they work on that a little bit. And next up are my soaps. Let me get that filthy thing out of the way. Just a few. Harvest Table. This was nice. Citrus Cranberry and Sage, Foaming, The Give Thanks, Vanilla Pumpkin and Brown Sugar, very nice. Finishing up for my Halloween was Buried Alive, Scary Berry, and this was Crushed Cranberries, Chilling Pomegranates, and Wild Berry Musk, a very nice fruity fragrance. And then I finished up a deep cleansing with the pumpkin butter and pumpkin cranberry cider in my powder room. And I actually have another one of those. I'm kind of getting tired of it, so maybe I'll wait till next year to finish the other one. But I like their, what was it, their Give Thanks, or it was called some Home Sweet Home collection or something. Really, really like that. Nice, light, I never get disappointed too bad with their soaps. Sometimes they just remind me of a bad fragrance. I don't like it. Anyways, that is my empties. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Be on the lookout. I got my burner milk coming up for December. And hope everyone is having a great day. As always, thank you for watching. Bye.